back for my conference.
Thanks for staying with us on The Breakfast Show, where we're moving on to discuss the local business travel industry, which is continuing to grow in leaps and bounds in Southeast Asia.
Now, here are some figures. There have been 1,000 international conventions held in Asia each year since 2004. But this is still a far cry from the 3,000 conventions held annually in Europe.
However, we also have to take note of the trend where global business events are shifting from Europe and America to the East.
And today we have the Sarawak Convention Bureau to talk about the industry. Please welcome its Regional Manager Jeffrey Lee and Business Development Manager Rowena Awangumbang.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Living so close to East Malaysia, we know the draw of Sarawak. But what are some of the other things that people who want to hold conventions in Sarawak can look forward to?
That is, Sarawak by itself have a mystical feel. Everybody loves Sarawak. Just heard the words Borneo, they're intrigued to go there. What attract the business events or convention to Sarawak is not that.
Right.
So not the destination itself, not necessarily the venue, but the business of the organization.
Okay, and would you care to further elaborate what sort of business opportunities that would attract people to come for their conventions or seminars or meetings?
The process starts with association or individual in the association who are passionate about their professions, and they are the one, Malaysian we call them, who are the one that we work with to lobby for their event. Assume that if you are the president of an association in Malaysia and a member of international organization, you love what you do, you research and you do that every year, and you like to share your knowledge. And these are the individuals that we persuade and to help assist to bring their events to be held in Malaysia.
Right. So the SCB, you're a major player when it comes to organizing conventions in Sarawak. What are some of the incentives that you provide to organizations that would like to hold, say, their annual get-togethers in Kuching, for example?
Well, first and foremost, we like to clear a lot of misconception that the Sarawak Convention Bureau, people has always presumed that we are a convention center, we're a venue, we're a professional conference organizer, even an event management company, but we're none of that. We're actually the first established bureau in Malaysia. We are a state government, which is established by the state government itself. We do have a few incentives and support that we assist our clients, but mainly what is important is that we work very closely, hand in hand. Basically, we are friends to the association, presidents, organizations. What we look into is that we understand what their business core is, what they need, their objective, and from there, our support actually extend to even from the areas where if they're interested to host an international conference to be held in Sarawak, we actually help them to bid for it. And when we say about bid for it, it's something quite similar to the Olympics, which people are more familiar with, where different countries actually bid to host Olympic in the country. So that's what the Bureau actually assists from the starting point to the end.
Are there any other criteria that the Bureau will look at? I mean, just so that it's in line with what Sarawak wants to offer as a state. What other things that you look into?
Yes, definitely. We start with research. We identify the conference and qualify the conference that suits Sarawak's industry research, especially on renewable energy or natural resources. Technologies are our main focus industry that we are targeting for.
Okay, let's not go so far as internationally yet. What if I'm a business owner in Peninsula Malaysia, West Malaysia, and I'm keen to have a conference in Sarawak? Could you perhaps quickly give us the A to Z about how I would go about doing this?
Okay, good. Assume that you are developers in Malaysia and you are international member of a steel manufacturer. Okay. With your interest, with your business core, and you like to share your interest in a common goal, like association or society. With that, Malaysian are known to go to attend conferences. But however, when it comes to lobbying or to bring the conference back to Malaysia, you will say, I have few challenges.
Right.
First challenges I have is I don't have so much money or fund to gamble. To bid for a conference is a gamble.
Right.
A gamble
Kind of
of your reputation, a gamble of your finance,
Right.
And also your success in your association. You have 2 years as a president, and do you want to risk that?
Right.
There's where the bureaus come in, and we will help you to bid for the conference, assist you with advice and research.
Okay.
We'll take you as a friend.
Okay. Now, are you guys the only bureau or convention bureau that's set up within all the states of Malaysia? Because it's something that, like, I mean, I particularly have never heard of a bureau, a convention bureau being set up. Is this unique to Sarawak?
Like Rowena says, we are the first convention bureau. We established 5.5 years ago.
Right.
The idea is not new. There are convention bureaus around the world.
Yeah.
Most of our clients are aware there are convention bureaus because they graduated or they work in the foreign country
Right.
before. But then Malaysia have its new convention bureaus called MySEC.
Right.
They've established last year, thanks to Pemandu whom
Right.
established that program.
Okay. And what are some of the benefits you would say to the organizers? Why should we have it in Sarawak instead of having it, say, in Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital?
In Sarawak, is a lot of the criteria in a conference. You always says, I need to get the specs right and everything. But the most importantly is how many delegates will come to your conference.
Yeah.
Right.
A destination that attracts the delegates and that will ensure the success of the conference. So
The
Sarawak
one
is-
conference that I constantly, that comes to mind that I see every year is the International Tattoo Convention that always happens in Kuching, am I right? And
Yes.
it's even taken into the outskirts of the country. How many of those conventions on such a large scale are organized in Sarawak on a yearly basis?
we have our conference varies into many areas. Some are corporate, some are events.
Yeah.
I call the tattoo convention as events.
Yeah.
Right.
A gathering of tribes. We have unique conference. For example, the World Clown Conference is
Yes.
coming to
We've
us.
had them on our show as well.
Yes. We have we won the how to say Hash. Have you heard about Hash Runner before?
The hash runners.
The hash
House
runners, no.
area.
Yeah.
It's a group of
With common interests. Basically, a conference or a convention, how we work with organizations or association is people more than two people has a common interest who wants to bring other people from around the world
Okay.
to have a common interest, but have a knowledge exchange
Right,
per
right.
se, or a forum, but in a different destination itself.
Okay.
Right. So basically, you're the vehicle that assists them to, like you said, bid for these conferences on an international level and bring them to Malaysia, Sarawak in particular. After, say, they have already won the pitch and it is awarded to Sarawak, what then happens? Does the assistance extend after that as well?
Yes, we do what Friends does best. We will support them. We will
Okay.
ensure the success of the conference through delegate marketing,
Okay.
the markets of the conference and promotion.
And
Great.
does this come at a cost?
Oh no, at our sponsorship.
Right.
Wow, that's
Because it's funded by the state.
Yeah.
And
Funded by the
promoting the
state.
state. Okay, last but not least, what are some of the more exciting conferences that you'll be having in the coming months or this year?
In our records, we won or we closed 45 average every year.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So up to date, we have 180 conferences for Sarawak since the establishment of the bureau. This year, we're targeting 45. We're currently working on this month actually. We're working on a very interesting conference too. It's a World Congress.
Right.
Hopefully we can win that.
World Congress?
But chances is 75%. That's our record.
Oh wow,
Yes,
those are good
75%.
stats. To
Yeah, so we wish
be
you
on.
all the
Yeah.
very best. And thank
Yeah.
you so much for being
Good
with
luck.
us this morning. If you'd like to find out more about the Sarawak Convention Bureau, you can log on to their website, and that would be www.sarawaccb.com.
All right. On that note, we're going to take our final break for this morning. When we come back, it's time to wrap up the show. We'll see you in 2.